Trying to juggle a relationship while going through a spiritual awakening is super duper duper hard, especially if y'all aren't going through it together, which typically for the most part you never really are. Then you're going through real shit, like dealing with traumas and things that you have to deal with on your own, feeling the emotions that are coming up from these traumas, learning how to heal from those, and still trying to give whatever you can to your relationship. Then you're getting to know who you truly are, if you already didn't know who that is. But it's almost like you're becoming a completely different person. Certain things that you used to enjoy and things that you had in common no longer interest you. Your conversations are starting to feel a little surface level. Manifestations, how they're coming to fruition, law of attraction, how a lot of stuff in the world isn't really real and doesn't even matter to you. Don't get me wrong, you're not completely changed. You're still the same person. It's just the things that you want to talk about, like spirituality, just the experiences that you've been experiencing, but you don't know if you can actually have those conversations with them or if they'll even be interested. And obviously it's not good to assume, but it's also hard to not feel that type of way that they're not going to understand you. Then you're trying to get out of certain old habits that were low-key toxic, and you're trying to get out of those to become a better person and to move differently. Then you have your partner constantly bringing up how, well, you used to react this way, or you used to do it this way. And then you just have to constantly practice patience and let them know that you're trying to be a different person. You're trying to not be that same person. Like, I'm trying to do better, so allow me to do better. When you really want to say is shut the fuck up and stop bringing up old shit. Patience. And also you have to realize you can't fault them for knowing the person that you were this whole time, and that it's going to take time for them to understand that you're trying to change, and then that you're trying to not move the same way that you used to. So it just requires patience completely on both ends. And healing is not a bunch of flowers and good times. You're completely reprogramming your mind to think completely different from how you did before, which comes with many emotions. One minute you're just at the top of the world, and the next you're like, I don't want to be bothered. I mean, I guess that's how it kind of was before the awakening, but you get what I'm saying. But you're just all over the place. You're experiencing so much things, and then you're trying to explain what's going on. You can't even fathom what's happening to you. And then it gets real annoying when you're constantly saying, I don't know, I can't explain it. I don't know, I can't explain it. And it's frustrating on both ends because they want to understand what's going on, but at the same time, you're in it. And when you're in it, you're just in it. You don't know how to explain what you're going through. So it's just a lot of emotions all over the place. And as I stated before, a lot of patience on both ends. Patience is easier said than done. There's times where your partner can tell you that they'll understand what's going on, and that they're going to be, they're here for you and they want to support you. But then when they get that wrath of all the emotions, they're like, what the fuck is going on? What the hell is going on? So it's just all over the place. Something else that I noticed that has come up for me is that I'm not so clingy anymore in my relationships. I feel like now I am needing more isolation. I need, and I literally enjoy my alone time, and I'm finding peace within myself. And this has absolutely never happened in my life, and it feels amazing. And also I'm not looking forward in anyone else for the first time ever. And the energy almost comes off as like I'm not interested, or I don't have time for you right now. And I'm finding all these things that I'm interested in. So now I'm trying to juggle and find the time to do everything that I like and things that are coming up for me that I actually enjoy, and still making time for that other person and put in the work that's required in a relationship. And this may come out off wrong. I don't really know how to verbalize the feeling, but it's almost like I love you, but if it doesn't work out, I'll be okay. And it's not that I wouldn't, obviously I'll be hurt, but I just feel like all my attention isn't in this desperate state now to where I had to just do all this stuff and force this type of effort that I would have usually put in because I don't want to lose the person, or something I really didn't want to do, but I'm doing it because I have to. And I don't want to mistake this with, I'm not here to fight and I'm not going to be here for hard times. It's just a feeling of you're so okay within yourself that whatever happens, happens, and you're going to be okay regardless. Yes, you will be hurt. We're not taking away how you feel about that person, but just the energy that is put into other people is now into yourself. So you care. It's just a different way of caring, and you're okay with the outcome. I can only speak for myself, so I don't even know if that's an everybody thing, but that's just what I'm experiencing. And I also believe like the universe is karma. It's all around us, good or bad. And I feel like if I'm putting effort into something, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to. I'm being kind, I'm being loyal, I'm being respectful. I'm gonna get that back. So if something were to happen in my relationship and we literally didn't make it, we didn't work, I'm gonna look at it as in, this isn't my relationship. This isn't my person. Because if it was my person, I would never miss out on that. I would never miss out on an opportunity. So that's just how I'm looking at things right now. So I just am moving in a way, just not in a way of scarcity anymore. I'm moving in a way of, I'm just believing, I'm going with the flow, and I'm giving what I can give, but I'm also taking this time for me because I literally deserve it. This also allowed me to see that before I was going through this awakening, how I was so consumed in myself. If there was anything bad going on, just how, if you saw my previous videos, how I was talking about just the mental state that I was in, and just it was just one way and just go, go, go. And I was just focused on myself and didn't realize until later on with communication and having conversations that my man was also going through hard times. But instead of him coming into me, he would hold it in because he didn't want to put more pressure or more stress on me. And that's not healthy nor fair. I want to be his safe space. I want to be the person that he can come to and talk to, because that's the point of a relationship. And both of our problems matter. We have to find a way to make it work together and not just make it work for me and make me feel good and make me feel better so that I'm okay, versus us both being okay and be able to actually have a functional, healthy relationship. I also noticed when things, I love, who doesn't? Who doesn't love when things are good? I'm the best person when things are good. When they get bad, I tend to run and push the other person away just because I don't want to burden anyone with my problems, and I just feel like I don't like being in that space and giving that energy off to people, so I push them away. But now I feel like it's time to be more open, to be more vulnerable. If this is someone that you're choosing to be with, you need to feel okay, you need to feel safe to be able to communicate that you're human, that you're not perfect, that you are going through things, and it's not for them to come and save you. It's just because you need to vent and you need to have that safe space. Sometimes just getting it out helps, but just holding it in and not being vulnerable with that person is also almost like, what are y'all even doing this for? Why am I with you if I can't be in this space and be that person around you? I think that was the ego perspective that was in me, and how I was looking at things, and how it was so hard for me to open up and for me to be this perfect person, because I hold these high standards for myself. No one else does. It's something that I put on myself, and that's all ego. It's all about balance. Giving love, being there for your partner, being kind, expressing that you're going through something. I know typically I would take things out on my partner because I was feeling some type of way, or I was confused. I don't know. It's just, I can be very aggressive when I'm confused and don't know what's going on. Also, I don't want them to assume that they're doing something wrong and that there's something that they need to fix because I'm giving off this type of energy that it's their fault just because I don't know what's going on. But if they're supportive, they're going to understand, and they're going to want to work on things with you. They're going to want to help you get through this process. They're going to want to be interested in what's going on with you. This has to be a safe space for both of you to create that comfortability and in order for you guys, there's no way that you can have a spiritual awakening without your partner being there and being supportive for you. It's just not going to work. I want to leave you with this. This whole process has been very interesting, to say the least. But it's exciting to see what's going to come next and trying to find a way to navigate through this thing called life. Each day is progress and learning something new. And when you fall back into old patterns and habits, which you will, don't be so hard on yourself. Remain aware and realize that you just have to do better the next time something similar comes around. Why? Because that's all we can do. Let's enjoy the experience and let's just be great and just enjoy this time. See you soon.